Come with me today and we're going to be doing a clutch on a 2016 Mini Countryman. First thing we need to do, as always, get that battery disconnected. Now that the battery is disconnected, we need to make as much room as possible up here. Airbox, ECU out of the way, and also this little fuse box here, just so we can gain access to the top engine mount. Now we've made a little bit of room for ourselves, we have removed the gear cables off the box. They are very simple to do on these. There's two little prongs, it literally twist, it just slides out. Anyway, we need to jump in the car now and literally disconnect the bottom of the steering column. Now we're in the vehicle, you need to remove the 13mm pinch bolt at the bottom of the steering joint. Literally, that should just pop it off. Make sure your steering wheel is nice and straight. If you haven't got a steering lock and no way of locking the steering wheel, literally grab your seat belt, put it through the steering wheel and lock it in place. And that steering wheel now will not move and damage the clock spring. Now we've got the vehicle half raised, we need to remove the centre dry shaft nut, anti-roll bar link, tracker end, which is there, and we can also, when the vehicle's fully raised, we can get this bottom ball joint out. Now that we've got the vehicle fully raised, I've removed all the belly panels, which are by there. These under trays here, I've just undone the tens, and I've literally, rather than take them all off, just pull them back and secure them to the ramp with a bit of a cable tie. We need to remove this cross brace now, and also just remove this exhaust. Take the whole system off. Now we've got everything out of the way, we are ready to drop the subframe, but please be careful because there's two wires going to the electronic power steering motor, and also this wire around the front just goes over under this leg for the air conditioning. Make sure that you disconnect it because I have known them to snap before now. And pretty much, yeah, that's it. All the bolts that you take out of the subframe, put them into nice little piles so you know where they go. And there we have it, just like that. That is the subframe on the deck. Just look how much room I've got now. Anyway, I've got to remove the dry shafts from the gearbox, but we're just going to drain the oil out through the drain plug here. Now that we've got the shafts out of the way, we need to make our way around the bell housing bolts, only the bottom ones for now. We've just pulled the slave cylinder off the box and just tucked it round by the strut out of the way. And then what I'm going to have to do is get a ladder and literally go at the top, just to this gearbox mount up here. Now that we've got the gearbox dropped down off the gearbox mount, we can literally just undo the two top bell housing bolts. I don't know whether you can see them, but they are up there somewhere. And there we have it, that is one gearbox removed off the engine. All we've got to do now is literally just drop it down. Will it spin? Of course it'll spin. Alright, let's get this clutch plate and pressure plate off. And there we go, that is one clutch plate and pressure plate off. And as you can see, this clutch now is literally right down to the rivets, so it was slipping. As you can see by the state of the pressure plate, it's all discoloured. Anyway, let's get the new one on. And there you have it, that is a brand new clutch that has turned up. Let's get the clutch plate. As always, we should always check it on the input shaft on the gearbox, just to make sure it fits nice and perfect. Now that we've got the clutch back onto the flywheel, we need to lock the flywheel using a little Allen key. Sliding in there, it'll lock to the flywheel, to the ring gear. Then we can get our torque wrench and literally get them torqued up to spec. And it's also had the new thrust bearing as well. And I've cleaned this guide tube up with a little bit of 3M Scotch pad and just a tad of red rubber grease on that input shaft. Right, let's get the gearbox put back in. And there we go, that is one gearbox put back in. All we've got to do now is literally just bolt it all back up, bang the subframe on, and I'm not going to bore you doing all that, just the reverse procedure of removing it. And there we have it, that Mini is back down on the floor now, just in the nick of time, at 1:15. Let's jump in the car. Now we're in the car. Before we get on the key and give it a big start, give your clutch pedal a good few pumperoonies, just make sure you've got no restrictions there whatsoever. Then we can get on the key, or button should I say, and literally, let's give it a, see if it'll work. Beautiful. And there you have it, that is one clutch replacement on a little Mini Countryman. We're just going to torque the wheels up now, take it down the road for a bit of a test drive, yeah, and we're going to get it sent.